Welcome to Relaxed Reddit Readings. Today we have 4 Reddit stories for you. Reddit stories that made me question everything. Story 1. Sister called me out for my dating standards. So my sister just told me my high standards are actually me choosing toxic guys over and over, and honestly I'm spiraling. I live with my 20-year-old sister, and I love her to death. But our apartment has basically become a revolving door for random dudes and I am so over it. Here's the thing though, she says it's my fault. Let me explain the constant cycle that happens. She goes on dating apps and only swipes on the most obvious rich guys or model-looking guys. Like the ones with zero substance and here for a good time written all over their bios. Then she acts genuinely shocked when they ghost her after one night or treat her like garbage. But here's where it gets messy. After every single heartbreak, guess who becomes her personal therapist? Me. I'm talking 3 a.m. crying sessions, me listening to her analyze every single text message, and her asking me to help her stalk their social media to figure out what went wrong. It's exhausting. The other day, another guy she'd been seeing for 2 weeks just stopped responding to her texts. Classic ghosting situation. She came home crying, threw herself on my bed, and started the whole routine again. But this time, I just couldn't take it anymore. I told her maybe the problem isn't that she has high standards, maybe it's that she keeps choosing the same type of toxic guys over and over. I said she goes for looks and money but then complains when they have no emotional depth or commitment. She completely lost it on me. Started screaming that I don't understand what it's like to date in today's world, that I'm being judgmental, and that a good sister would support her instead of tearing her down. She said her standards aren't the problem, men just suck nowadays. But here's my perspective. I've watched this happen literally dozens of times. She matches with guys who have obvious red flags, ignores all the warning signs because they're hot or wealthy, then acts shocked when they treat her exactly how their behavior suggested they would. Meanwhile, she's rejected perfectly nice guys because they weren't tall enough or didn't drive expensive cars. I'm not saying she should lower her standards, but maybe she should examine what she's actually prioritizing. The thing is, I do want her to find someone amazing. But I can't keep being her emotional dumping ground every time the same pattern repeats itself. It's affecting my own mental health and my relationships because I'm constantly dealing with her drama. She hasn't spoken to me in 3 days now, and I'm starting to wonder if I crossed a line. Maybe I should have just kept my mouth shut and been supportive like always. But at the same time, isn't that what sisters are for, to tell you the truth even when it's hard to hear? Am I wrong here? If you're enjoying these stories, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which story you relate to the most. Story 2. Neighbor kid wants to meet my indoor cat. So this neighbor kid has been obsessed with my cat for 3 years, and now his mom is calling me selfish for not bringing her outside. Let me paint you this picture. I'm 22, still living at my parents' house while I finish up college and hopefully pay off a chunk of my student loans. I have this amazing cat named Lily who's incredibly sweet but completely indoor only and super skittish around new people. About 3 years ago, we got new neighbors, millennial couple with young kids. The oldest is probably around 4 now. Here's where it gets interesting. Lily's favorite spot in the house is this sunroom that faces their backyard, and she loves to sit there and watch the world go by. Well, this little kid spotted her one day and became absolutely obsessed. Every single time he's outside playing, he runs over to the window and starts calling for Lily, pressing his face against the glass, trying to get her attention. At first, it was actually pretty cute. Lily would sometimes come to the window and they'd have these little staring contests through the glass. The kid was so excited every time he saw her. But then it started escalating. The mom began bringing him over to knock on our door, asking if he could pet Lily. I always politely explained that she's indoor only and doesn't really like strangers, so it wouldn't be a good idea. The kid would get upset, but the mom seemed to understand. Or so I thought. Last week, things got weird. I was in the sunroom reading with Lily when I heard the kid outside yelling for her as usual. But then his mom came over and started yelling too, not at her kid, but at me through the window. She was saying things like, "Come on, just bring her out for 5 minutes, he just wants to see her, don't be so selfish." I was honestly shocked. I went outside to explain again that Lily is indoor only, she's not vaccinated for outdoor exposure, and she gets really stressed around new people. The mom just rolled her eyes and said I was being ridiculous, that cats are supposed to be outside, and that I'm depriving both the cat and her son of happiness. She actually said it would be good for Lily to socialize and that keeping her inside all the time is basically animal abuse. I tried to stay calm and explain that many cats are perfectly happy being indoor only, especially ones like Lily who've never been outside and would find it terrifying. But she just kept arguing, saying her son talks about my cat constantly and it's cruel to let him see her but never interact with her. Then she suggested I was being selfish and that good neighbors would be more accommodating. The whole thing made me feel terrible. I mean, I get that the kid loves seeing Lily, and part of me does feel bad that he can't pet her. But bringing her outside would genuinely stress her out, and there are safety concerns too. She could run away, get hurt, or catch something from other animals. Plus, she's my cat and my responsibility. But now I'm second-guessing myself. The kid is just 4 years old and clearly adores Lily. His mom thinks I'm being unreasonable. Maybe I could try bringing Lily out just once to see how she handles it. Or is that completely ridiculous? Am I actually being selfish here? Story 3. Family expects me to make everyone's birthday cards. So apparently being good at art means I'm now the family's personal card-making slave, and I'm about to lose my mind. As the result of being a young artist in my family, every year I'm expected to provide a handmade card for all the birthdays on behalf of everyone. I've been doing this every single year, drawing, painting, making the card, then passing it around so everyone can sign it and give it to the person. This I usually didn't mind, but now I absolutely do. As I've gotten older, it's become exhausting being expected to create a piece of art just because I can draw, every single year. What really gets me is that I spend hours on these cards. I'm talking detailed illustrations, careful color work, thoughtful designs that match each person's personality. Meanwhile, everyone else just signs their name and gets equal credit for the gift. But here's what really pushed me over the edge. Last month was my cousin's birthday, and I was going through a particularly stressful time with school and work. I was completely overwhelmed and honestly just wanted to buy a nice card from the store like a normal person. So I told my family I wasn't going to make the card this time, that someone else could handle it or we could just buy one. You would have thought I announced I was canceling Christmas. My mom immediately started with the guilt trip, saying things like, "But you're so talented, it means so much more when it's handmade, you know how much everyone loves your cards." My aunt chimed in saying I was being selfish and that it's such a small thing to do for family. Even my dad got involved, saying I was being dramatic and it only takes a few hours. A few hours? Try 6 to 8 hours for a really good card, which is what they've come to expect. But the worst part was my cousin's reaction when she found out there might not be a handmade card. She actually seemed disappointed and made comments about how the store-bought cards just aren't the same. Like, "Excuse me. I've been making you free custom artwork every year for your birthday, and now you're upset that I might not do it one time." The whole family kept pressuring me until I finally gave in and made the card anyway. But I was resentful the entire time I was working on it, and it definitely wasn't my best work. Now my grandmother's birthday is coming up next month, and I can already feel the expectation building. My mom has started making little comments like, "I know you'll make something beautiful for Grandma, she always looks forward to your cards." But I'm honestly considering putting my foot down this time. The thing is, I do enjoy making art, and I love my family. But when something becomes an obligation rather than a choice, it stops being fun and starts feeling like unpaid labor. Plus, I'm trying to build my own art career, and spending all this time on family cards means less time for my actual projects. On the other hand, I know my family genuinely appreciates the cards, and they've become kind of a tradition. Maybe I'm being ungrateful or selfish by complaining about using my talents to make my family happy. What would you do in this situation? Story 4. Called out my girlfriend's disgusting room. So I just told my girlfriend her room is disgusting, and now she won't talk to me. My girlfriend Elena recently showed me her room for the first time, and I'm still processing what I saw. We always go out or hang at my house, never hers, so I had absolutely no idea it was that bad. Picture this: there's trash everywhere, fruit flies buzzing around, clothes covering every surface so you literally can't see the floor, and leftover food and candy just sitting there rotting. Her bathroom isn't any better. There's no counter space because everything's covered with products and garbage, and it has the same issues as the bedroom. It was pretty shocking because Elena is very well put together when she's out. She's like the complete opposite of her living space. Always looks great, smells nice, seems to have her life together. So seeing her room was like discovering a completely different person. The smell hit me first when she opened the door. It was this combination of old food, dirty clothes, and something I couldn't even identify. I tried to hide my reaction, but I guess my face gave it away because she immediately got defensive. She started making excuses about how she's been busy with school and work, that she knows it's a little messy but she'll clean it up soon. A little messy? There were fruit flies. Actual fruit flies. I found myself wondering how someone lives like this. Like, how do you sleep in a bed surrounded by trash? How do you get ready for the day in a bathroom where you can't even use the sink? It genuinely confused me because she clearly cares about her appearance when she leaves the house. After we left her place, I couldn't stop thinking about it. The next day, I decided to bring it up because I was concerned. I asked her if everything was okay, if she was struggling with depression or something, because the state of her room seemed like it might be a sign of something deeper. That's when she exploded on me. She said I was being judgmental and rude, that not everyone can be as neat as me, and that she didn't ask for my opinion about her living space. She accused me of being controlling and said if I didn't like it, I didn't have to come over. But here's the thing, I wasn't trying to be mean or controlling. I was genuinely worried about her. Living in conditions like that can't be healthy, physically or mentally. Plus, we've been dating for several months now, and I feel like I should be able to have honest conversations with her about things that concern me. I tried to explain that I wasn't judging her character, just worried about her well-being. I even offered to help her clean it up, no questions asked. But she took that as an even bigger insult, saying I was implying she couldn't take care of herself. Now she's barely responding to my texts, and when she does, she's cold and short with me. I'm starting to wonder if I handled this completely wrong. Maybe I should have just ignored it and minded my own business. But at the same time, isn't it normal to be concerned when someone you care about is living in conditions that seem unhealthy? Was I being judgmental, or was I showing genuine concern? If you enjoyed these stories, drop a comment telling me which one was your favorite. And if you want more relaxed Reddit readings, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, like, comment and subscribe for more relaxed Reddit readings.